first episode of I Have the Power, the only video blog on the net that celebrates all things Masters of the Universe. From action figures, cartoon shows, the live-action 1986 movie, the upcoming film in production by Sony Pictures, everything Masters of the Universe, we're here to discuss it today. Now, for those of you who saw my original trailer, you were thinking, hey, he's going to do the best and the worst of Masters of the Universe Classics 2011 figure line. And I was going to do that for my first video, but since it's November and I do not have all of the 2011 figures yet as they have not been released, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Today, I'm going to review the very first episode of...
And the Masters of the Universe.
That's right. The Diamond Ray of Disappearance, the first episode of the vintage Masters of the Universe cartoon series by Filmation. This series was iconic and special because it brought Masters of the Universe from the toy shelves to your television set. Every episode was beautifully drawn. Most of them were written very wonderfully. I look back on it now, 30 years later, and I think to myself, yeah, there are parts of it that are a little corny, but it's still a wonderful TV series, and let's dig deep into this episode. In this episode of Masters of the Universe, we get introduced to most of your key characters. The episode starts with Skeletor and Beastman discussing how he's going to beat He-Man. He shows Beastman the Diamond Ray of Disappearance. And then Skeletor summons other evil henchmen. He summons Merman, Trapjaw, Evil Lyn, and Triclops. Now, I can sit here and give you the introduction to all these characters, but how about I just let Skeletor do that for me? Watch this.
I'll call our warriors from around the universe and bring them here to Snake Mountain. I, Skeletor, command you, my warriors. Merman, O Lord of Water, master of fish, lakes, and streams, return to Snake Mountain. Evil Lyn, sorceress of night, I, Skeletor, command you to return immediately. Triclops, master of vision, I will need your gamma vision which can see around solid objects. Trapjaw, wizard of weapons. Return with your deadly arsenal and your vicious steel jaw.
And a special thanks to Skeletor for that wonderful introduction to these amazing characters. Now for the episode in itself. Skeletor discovers the missing Diamond Ray of Disappearance. What the Diamond Ray does is anybody who gazes upon it will disappear into another dimension similar to the Phantom Zone in the Superman films. What Skeletor does is he has Trapjaw attack the palace on a sky sled, distracting Teela, the guards, and Prince Adam runs off, becomes He-Man, and saves the day from Trapjaw. While that's happening, Skeletor makes his way into the palace. Zoar the Falcon shows up and speaks to Man-at-Arms through telepathy, letting him know that Skeletor is in the palace, but it's already too late. Skeletor shows up, uses the Diamond Ray of Disappearance on Zoar, and then turns around and uses it on Man-at-Arms and the rest of the royal family. He-Man shows up right after they've all disappeared. Skeletor's left the palace, and Teela meets up with He-Man as well. And they have no idea what's happened to everybody, so the only place He-Man knows to go is to Castle Grayskull. When He-Man and Doghead arrive at Castle Grayskull, he goes to that magical mirror that's in Castle Grayskull. We've all seen it, we all know it. It's a classic part of Castle Grayskull from the Filmation series. And he speaks to the Sorceress. The Sorceress lets him know that Skeletor has used the Diamond Ray of Disappearance to capture them in an alternate dimension. In this alternate dimension, they're basically in a state of living sleep. And so He-Man waits patiently at Castle Grayskull for Skeletor. Let's watch Skeletor show up at Castle Grayskull and cause some havoc.
it is Castle Grayskull. Attach the rope, Beastman. Use all your power! Without He-Man to defend it, Castle Grayskull will be ours!
Next time, you might try knocking first.
Get him!
Keep your fangs to yourself, Beastman.
Come on!
Try swimming in mud.
Now that was some good action. Now what happens later is that He-Man and Stratos and Teela and Ram-Man, they all defeat the rest of Skeletor's crew, smashing up his army of evil robot warriors and basically saving the day. What happens though is Skeletor pulls out the Diamond Ray of Disappearance on He-Man, but he blocks the shot with his power sword, deflecting the beam right back at Skeletor. When Skeletor dodges the shot, he loses the Diamond Ray of Disappearance down at a crack in the Eternian surface. Now, in every episode, He-Man does something completely and totally ridiculous that not even Superman could do. And this next scene is no exception.
What's he doing?
Like I said, absolutely ridiculous. But He-Man is the most powerful man in the universe, so I would guess that that makes sense. But I don't even see how He-Man could do the things that he does on this show. That's just one ridiculous moment. There are so many, and maybe at the end of 2012 I'll do a review of the best and worst ridiculous moments in He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. But until then, let's just stick with this episode here. What happens after that is He-Man takes the Diamond Ray of Disappearance, puts it in his hands, and crushes it. When he crushes the Diamond Ray, everybody comes back, He-Man saved the day, we get our moral for the episode, credits roll. The episode itself is just amazing. Like I said, it introduced so many wonderful characters, we got a great story out of it, beautiful animation. Filmation never ever failed on good animation. Their stuff was perfect. And they were great. The episode was on a scale of 1 to 10. I would give it a definite solid 9.5. There are better episodes out there, but that is one of the absolute best. And stay tuned for the next episode that I will review, which will be the second episode in the series, The Cosmic Comet. Until then, good journey, everybody. Hello, guys. In today's episode, you saw that my cat got involved in my video blog. Now, I could have shooed her away or punished her, but that wouldn't have been right. Remember, guys, love your pets, and they'll give plenty of love right back to you. Till next time.